Good evening. It is a little late. It's like 11:30. But creativity doesn't sleep. Creativity does not sleep. Hello, and if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. I am Nicole from Woven Tales Designs, and in this little video, we do something a little called Woven Tales Designs Workshop, where I take a crazy idea that I get, usually in the middle of the night, and I try to bring it to fruition and share my creative journey with you behind the scenes of making the item. And happy holidays! This video is brought to you by a Christmas holiday excitement. I'm doing a little bit of like recycling and a little bit of ingenuity, I think. If this works out well, this will be probably the cutest little piece of Christmas cheer that I think I could ever imagine. So let's dive into what am I actually freaking doing here. Okay, so the vision of this is that I wanted to make something that I could put in my house that's like a light up Christmas tree, but a little one, like a little one. I remember once upon a time when I worked for Disney Cruise Lines, I had a hard time trying to get into the holiday spirit, even though the ship was decorated beautifully and we were doing these holiday show inserts and it was just so fun. I still felt like it wasn't the holidays because I would come back to my cabin after doing all these holiday shows and singing Christmas cheer and wishing guests on the boat Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and my cabin was kind of like blah. But then I found Christmas cheer by decorating. I took a trip to Target. I did like a huge Target decoration haul, and I zhuzhed up my cabin and made it full of Christmas cheer, and I wish I had pictures to show you what it looked like. But one of my favorite things that I got was like this singing tree. The tree stuck with me, and I love miniature trees. Like I will always have a full-on Christmas tree in my house, like a full-out one. But I've always wanted like I wanted to see if can I make my own Christmas tree? Can I make one that lights up? And so there's the premise of that, the backstory. Now, I have a huge collection. These are not Christmas decorations, by the way, but I use them for Christmas all the time. I have a huge collection of these battery operated LED lights, like so. And I really should replace the battery in some of them because these are 6 years old. These are from when I got married. All my different wedding tables had these, and they were once blue. They're not really blue anymore. They're kind of just like white. We're gonna go through like this whole bag probably to find one just to show you. I think I need to replace all of these batteries.
Oh, got battery acid on it. Oh God. I have to like try and be really careful here. Nope. Oh my God. Oh, I hope that doesn't work. I know it has to work. I used them last year.
Well, anyway, I used these in my wedding 6 years ago. They were a great addition to the decor. Loved them. Then I put them away for a really long time. And last year I brought them out because I said, you know what? These are so cute. I spent money on them. I should like reuse them for, I don't even know what this is. This isn't even from the wedding. Oh, these don't even work. Oh my gosh. Please make one work. Ah, there we go. Haha. So, as you can see, there are these pretty lights. And this is like so cool because I was like thinking in my head, if I could figure out a way to incorporate this wire LED light strand into the core of a Christmas tree, an Amigurumi Christmas tree, I can make a light up Christmas tree. But it's gonna take some jerry rigging from end to end, or end to lighted end.
Because it still has some inches of where it's not. Doesn't have lights on it. Why are you twisty?
It's about 76 inches. 76 inches of this stuff. So I'm gonna go through here and see which ones are even turning on, first of all, to see how many I can make, because if I can make this successfully, I would love to make a handful of them and send them to my family members, like one for each of my siblings, one for my in-law siblings, and then one for my sets of parents. So that would be like,
I have 4 siblings, two in-law siblings, 6, and then 2 other sets of parents. So
8. So 8, and then one for me. So if I can like make 9 of these, It would be absolutely amazing. Oh, and let's talk about the yarn. So now that we have that covered, the yarn that I found, of course I found it at Hobby Lobby. You guys know that's my favorite yarn store, is Nature's Nook, and in the color Moss. I also got that in like a white color. I wanted to kind of see what the white would look like, but now that I'm thinking of it, I feel like this needs to just stay green. So I'm gonna approach this like I'm writing a pattern, but it's really more of like a fun holiday cheer way for me to gift something different to my family. Let's go ahead and test and see how many of these are actually turning on. We need my ramen noodles while I do this too. If you like ramen noodles, comment down below. What's your favorite flavor? Okay, so 5 of them out of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
5 out of 31 of them turned on. I want to use 9. I want to use 9. Please and thank you. The ones with battery acid that you can clearly, I mean, let me show you what it looks like. Where's a really bad one? Oh my God. Like this one, can you see that in there? Can you see that? Hello, focus. Look at that crap. That's all battery acid. So the ones like that, I'm gonna throw away. I'm not even gonna try. Screw nostalgia. Like, they weren't like a massive part of my wedding, but you know, like, when do you get to reuse your wedding decorations? Like, and how many people still keep them 6 years later? I would like to know. But I'm gonna like test out like another group of them that don't have battery acid buildup, and with new batteries, and then I'm gonna replace all the batteries over here, and we're gonna see if by chance I can get at least 9. Okay, I have 2 more left that I can try, and I need 2 more. It's so stressful. I feel like I'm playing like roulette or something. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. So let's try these last 2 together. So far, all of those were dead. And a lot of it has to do with, I think that somehow the on switch got switched on. So it's like they were using battery power basically this whole time, which probably isn't the battery acid buildup. So here is the next to last one. Nope. Oh, dang it. All right, last one. Okay. So here's the deal. I have 8 that I can use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I will definitely sanitize these before I actually put them in a pattern, or before I actually send them to family. Don't you worry about that. I'm not gonna be a grosky relative. Let's do the gauge swatch first. I'll kind of figure out what I want this to look like. And we'll go from there. I'm pretty excited. So there has been a great amount of progress on this Christmas tree situation. I'm trying to figure out a structure. It's not as easy as it looks. The structure, I think, will need to be stuffed on the inside. There's a couple of elements to think about. How do I make the tree parts, like the little tiers of leaves? I figured out how to do that. The wire surprisingly does add to the structural integrity of this, so I might not need to stuff this, but I think I will, just for over time when you go to store something like this. You're gonna need it to not get squished. I'm about to rip it all out, and it's all for good reasons. I figured out that with my personal gauge, the distance between the little light pieces is about 13 stitches in between. And I've realized that since I'm only using the wire in the rounds that are, that get the lighting, which is like every fourth round, I actually have a lot more of this than I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the tree bigger, which is exciting. And I'm just gonna turn on this tree situation that I have so far. This is my little base. Yes. It looks really messy. I was trying to figure out like the best situation. But if I turn it on, here's my button, turn it on, haha, you can see that the stitches really do let it show through. And then they're staggered because, you know, as I do the decreasing, then it basically kind of self-staggers, which is awesome. So I'm gonna work on this base structure, and then the next step of this would be work on the tree part. All right, it is indeed the pendulum effect. So the first one I thought was a little too small. Then I made this one. It's far too big, but that's okay. I'm going to frog it again, scale it back, and then we will move on from there. Sleepy kitty. Mommy has to frog, unfortunately. Catch up with you hopefully when I make better progress on the size base. Yeah. Oh my gosh, non-progress related. I was just going through the first box of Christmas decorations and I found another decent looking battery pack. I'm about to check and see if this still freaking works. Let's go get some batteries. Okay, this is my junk drawer. Everyone has one, don't judge me. Okay. I'm so excited. If this works, that means I have my full 9 that I need. Moment of truth. Does this work? Well, that's disappointing. Dang it! Well, at least I tried one thing, right? Maybe I'll find more in this crazy looking situation, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Maybe 8 is a good number. It's fine. Everything's fine. Also, real quick, while I was unboxing my Christmas decorations, I found the original inspiration, the Christmas tree that I got at Target years ago. I still have it. I forgot I had it. Here, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh. Look how cute you are. Do I need to press the button to see if you work? It works! Look at my dog. That's what's inspired my thing, because I was like, man, this would be a great project for someone that lives on a cruise ship or has like a small space and they wanted to zhuzh it up with like a little excitement. So that was, you know, drawing inspiration from my past, finding the magic in my past, you know. Anyway, I just wanted to, this little guy. Okay, my luck continues. I found another one. Well, I found 2. One of them, the battery acid is quite real on the inside. That's definitely not gonna work out. So let's try the other one. Haha. Second moment of truth. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I have 9. I have 9. So I'm gonna put this in with the rest of my stash of working lights. I have 9. God. Okay, so what we are looking at here is a real mess. Peep the bump. Hello, baby. Yeah, I frogged everything. I got to a good diameter, loved that. But then, you know, it wasn't structurally working out. Basically, I am going to start again. I'm going to start again going top down from this tree. That is my next attempt. I'm also going down a hook size. So we're gonna see if that helps because I cannot afford to do this again. I almost low-key want to make the structure without using this yarn, but if I get to a point where I have to frog it one more time, I will choose a dummy yarn. So that is my progress. It's not going as well as I thought, but I'm determined. I'm determined that these changes are gonna work. So I'm just gonna try top down with a smaller hook size. And I'm not going to do the center single crochet. So those 3 things, we shall see how it turns out. I'm also caking this up because Like, I'm sorry, but like the skein is a mess. It's a hot mess. So let's cake it up. Let's remove some of the like yarn, the barf. This is from Knit Picks, by the way. It's very handy. I have caked up so much yarn with this. So those 3 things I talked about, they helped me crack the code. So now the form is quite tree-like. Look at that. I ended up making it like a 6-row repeat situation, which has helped in getting it to work out. The lights themselves are staggered in very random places. I'm not counting how many stitches apart each light is. Every time you get to a light part, you're going to twist the wire, flatten it, chain 1, and then skip a stitch, and then work into the next set of stitches until you get to the next light again. And I like that it's not like 100% consistent. I'm not able to do another round of like the lights because I only have like so much wire left. So this is gonna get tucked up into the tree. It's going well. I do have rounds of back loop only, like every 6 rounds. So those are what I'm gonna go back into with a bit of like, what do you call it? Scalloping, I guess. To make it look like a tree more, I guess. Then now I don't know how to close the bottom. What I might just do is crochet a separate circle piece. Part of me wants to make the base of the tree a giant present. I don't know why I really like that option. So I'm gonna play around with that. I think that's what I want this design to look like. I think I'm calling this the Christmas spirit tree. I don't know. I already hate that now that I say it out loud, but so far so good. Haha, it's happening. And it really actually didn't use that much yarn. I mean, this is like a whole 104 grams of yarn. I think I can do this in less than a skein for each tree, which is very valuable. If you think about trying to make these for markets, it also, once I figured out the repeat, didn't take that long. I will say though, as I'm crocheting, you're gonna see that like it's hard for me to work on this because my belly is sticking out so much now that I have to have this at an angle and crochet with my hands at a different angle. It's very awkward. Once I have all of this sealed, I'm gonna go ahead and weave in my ends. I am a fan of weaving in your ends as you move along, and then we'll move on to the, you know, hopefully the power pack holding part of this, which will be, I think I'm gonna make it like a present. So I think it'll be good. Yay. Just like, let's just talk about what I just did last night. So once again, this was like where I stopped. I like worked a magic ring around the cord and what was left of it, and I stuffed the rest of the wire like inside, yeah, with the rest of the stuffing. So I was like, well, why don't I make something cute like a Christmas present, like a big one that the tree sits on? So I like started working up like this kind of like box shaped thing, and it slides in just fine. I mean, that's pretty much as good as it's gonna get. However, then I go to do this, and I don't like that look for some reason. I'm gonna ixnay this idea because it was a nice idea, but it just doesn't work for me. What I'm gonna do is make a separate chamber, and I'm just gonna work down another 3 rows, but I'm not gonna increase, and I'm gonna make another bottom. But the bottom is going to have a place for this to slip in and out of. So it's basically gonna sit on itself, but it'll have the capacity for you to be able to pull this out and then the wire will be hidden and we will be fine. And I think I'm okay with that. I mean, this was a good first trial. I don't think I'm gonna frog the whole thing because I wanna rework the branches as I go and not adding them later, because then I don't have to worry about all these ends, because I think that's a waste of yarn too. So I'm gonna rework this with a different kind of yarn, doing the branches and the leaves as I go along, not afterwards, and with those new concepts, and we're gonna be moving along. So excited, it's Christmas. All right, if you tuned in this long, you know that this was my first version. This is the bottom that I came up with right here, you can see. And it looks like it's got like a mouth, like it's talking, but when you sit it on the counter, like it's not as obvious. So I haven't even weaved those ends in because I was like, this is my first version, so it's gonna be like whatever. But it still looks good when it's lit up. Let me turn it on for you. Hey, that still looks great in my opinion. So hot dog. So even though this wasn't exactly like what I was aiming for, as far as the finished look goes, it still is something that I will save and use for my own decor next year, and definitely work on other things like this. Without further ado, let me present to you my real Christmas spirit Christmas tree. Look at that! It's so cute. Love that. The opening for the bottom is still the same, but it's so nice because actually you don't even have to pull this whole thing out to turn it on and off. If you just have it positioned right in front of the opening, you can just click the button on with your finger, just like that. What I also did, see the little light at the top? I love that, and I love that I left just a little bit of length with the very first light. And it made it actually easier because this version that didn't have it, it was hard to get that wire bit started and incorporated in the very beginning. So this was super easy. I'm gonna turn this off so I can show you kind of like a close-up. I kind of did like a little like twist and a little knot. So it kind of just rested and then it stayed, which is great. I could definitely make a little star to put at the top here. I'm not gonna do that today because it's already 5 days till Christmas. Isn't that crazy? It's 5 days till Christmas. And I've already decorated my house for Christmas, so I'm not gonna add any decorations, but I have recorded and written down all the steps that I did to complete this. So next year, I will definitely release this as a Christmas type of pattern, and I'm gonna source out and kind of figure out different like light options and try to work with teaching people how to work the lights into it. But I think this honestly, even if you didn't want to do the lights, looks good on its own. So I will also release this as a non-light version because this is a cute Amigurumi tree, in my opinion, and I think that this could sit well on anyone's shelf. And look, you can add, if you want to put this in your maker space, if you find a good one that's easier to use, you can add, I think I said this before, you can add stitch markers to it and have this be where you keep your stitch markers for any of your whips for when you're working up markets. But look at that, super simple. Easy way to store things. Also, you could give this to someone for earrings if they want to store their earrings on something. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into my vlog, my Woven Tales Designs workshop on my Christmas tree Amigurumi adventure. This was super fun for me. If this is a video that you guys like, please hit the like button. It's a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to pump out videos every single week. Fingers crossed that I continue to still do that. And have a happy holiday, adding magic to your stitches in your own way. And I will catch you in the next Woven Tales Designs workshop. Bye! My hands smell like old metal batteries. Long story long, what are you guys doing in there? This isn't even turning on, this is so sad. This is very exciting! Oh, thank God for this. Oh, this isn't turning on either. That's not turning on, oh my God. Mommy is having a moment of lighted glory over here. It's all the way over there. I don't want to get it. I am partial to the chicken. This is a big one though. I have to go to the bathroom. I don't even know where this came from. Clearly, it's a workshop. Ooh. I have not. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.